Hi, I'm Mike from 1A Auto. We've been selling auto parts for over 30 years.
What's up guys, I'm Andy from 1A Auto. Today I'm going to show you how to remove and reinstall a manual crank window regulator in this 2008 Chevy Silverado work truck. If you need parts for your vehicle, click the link in the description and head over to 1aauto.com. Open the door. We're going to remove this window crank. We need a window crank removal tool. So we're going to position the window crank in this up position right here. Take the tool. If you want to put it in the same location that it was, you could mark it before you take this off. And then we can get this. Just slide this down. There's a little pin, little clip we have to remove. Just push it down and then it slides right off. To take this lock button off, I'm just going to use a pick tool. Just get in behind here, slide that little lock piece off, and slide the button off. Next, underneath here, I'm going to take a trim tool, just slide under here. You can use a pick also. Get underneath there, slide this cover off. Next, we're going to take this cover off. Take my pick tool or trim tool, slide that cover off. There's a clip right there, clip right there. We're going to use a 10mm socket, an extension, and a ratchet. And there's 3 bolts, 1 bolt here, and 2 bolts there. Take those out. Might have to hold this handle up a little bit to get this bolt out. Take that bolt out. Oops. Just use a magnet, take that bolt out. Next we're going to take this trim piece off. Just use my trim tool. Get behind here. Pry. There's just clips that hold this on. 3 clips. Hold that on. Next I'm going to use a trim tool. I'm going to pop, there's clips holding the door panel on. Just go around the perimeter of the door panel, pop it off. Once those are all popped off, should be able to release right there. We're going to need to release the handle cable right here. There is 2 ears on the bottom of this door panel, so you can put it in service position so that you can leave it there while you're working. All right, To take this cable off the inner door handle, I'm just going to use some needle nose pliers. Get in there. Just got to squeeze. There's a tab, a couple tabs. I'm going to squeeze on the cable. That will release. Sometimes if you twist it a little bit, it helps out. Pull that cable, slide it off, and then there's a ball on the end of the cable. This is where the two tabs are. You just need to squeeze these two tabs, just like that, to release it. Now I can grab the door panel and just slide it out. If you rolled your window down, we're gonna roll it up at this point. And I'll just take the handle off. Next, we're going to take this inner vapor barrier off, or insulation off. I'm just going to slide this. There's some sticky adhesive that is attaching it to the door. Generally, it peels right off fairly easily. Being careful not to rip this. If it does rip, you can use some tape to tape it back together. I'm just going to peel this the rest of the way off. I'll just get this out of our way for now. I'm just going to take the glass up so that it doesn't fall. I'm just going to use some masking tape. Tape from the outside, go over the door frame. Make sure the window's clean too if you're doing this, because if the window's dirty, it's not going to stick too well. Normally I do this about 3 times. Oops. Depending on the tape, maybe I'll do it 4 times this time. All right, we're gonna loosen up the 2 bolts that are attaching the window to the regulator. We need a 10mm socket, an extension, and a ratchet. Slide it through this little hole right here. Loosen this up. You don't have to take it out all the way, just gotta loosen it. And we'll do the same on this side. Right there. Just like that. At this point, I can grab the crank. I should be able to crank these down a little bit. And that goes down, and same with this side. That one went down, so we can leave that there. Take the crank back off. All right, I'm just gonna take this panel out just to make it easier. Use a 10mm socket, extension, and ratchet. Take this out of the way. Then I'm gonna take these 2 bottom nuts off. Use the same 10mm ratchet. That one and this one. Next, there's 2 bolts here. Take these 2 out. these two bolts, I'm just gonna loosen them up because there is a hole and they are slotted, so I don't have to take them out completely. This way the regulator will just hang there when I loosen them up. Just two about there. And two about there on that one. And I can grab the window regulator, slide in the bottom studs, and then slide up right here. And do the same for this one. Slide that in. And I can twist the regulator. Slide this out here. And twist it. Slide it right there. To install the regulator, I'm just gonna slide this part in first, and then I'll take this part, slide this in like that, get it in position. You wanna make sure the regulator is in front of the glass, and then put that bolt through that little hole there, and then we'll do the same on this side. Just like that. And then down below, get that stud lined up. Same with this one. Take those two nuts and start those first. I'll take these other bolts, get these started. Oops. And I'll take my 10mm socket extension and ratchet. I'll start tightening these down. Tighten that down, tighten this one down. Nice and snug. Tighten that one down, tighten this one down. And then tighten the two bottoms. Snug. Next we can take the window crank. I'm not gonna install it all the way, just enough so that I can turn the regulator so that I can line up the glass with the holders that hold the glass on. Make sure it's lined up properly. Looks pretty good. Once that's tight, I can tighten up these. Use the same 10mm. Snug. Tighten that up. Snug. Not too tight. You don't want to break the glass. All right, that's good. Now, slide this into position. Pull the cable through here. Like that. There's a hole right here that the door has a pin that goes through there. So get that lined up. That looks pretty good. A lot of times on these door panels, this little bracket breaks off the door panel right here. It's a common problem. It's not something that's extremely crucial for putting the door panel back on. The door panel will stay in position even with that broken, so don't worry about that too much. We can take the door panel. I'm going to make sure this lock rod goes through that hole right there. And that's good right there. Get this little door pin in the hole on this side. That's in position. Make sure the rest is there. Once that's all the pins are lined up, you can start pushing it on. I'll reattach this. If you had a foam insulator, you would put that in there now. This vehicle doesn't have one. And line these pins up. Lock that in place. We're going to take these two bolts right underneath the handle, use our 10mm socket, extension and ratchet. Let's get that one started and then I'll get the other one started. Snug it up, then I'll snug up the other one. And down below here, underneath the handle, get this bolt in. And tighten it down. Snug it down. Take these two covers. This one's going to go down below. There's a little pin right there that goes through that hole, so you know which direction it goes. Get that in position. Lock it in place. This one is going to go in this position. There's a pin, little slot there. Lock that in place. Right, now I'm going to install the new crank handle. Remember, this washer is going to go on the back side. Just put this into position. Put it on the same way that you took off the old handle. Get it lined up. Make sure it's locked in place. And it's good to go. Now we'll take this lock button. Make sure this lock rod is all the way up. Take the button, slide it into position, and then push down on the lock part. Make sure it works properly. And you're all set.
Thanks for watching. Visit us at oneauto.com for quality auto parts, fast and free shipping, and the best customer service in the industry.